Rail and Rail enthusiast, and another one in our series of the top 10 least used railway stations in Warwickshire. And today I'm at the absolutely wonderful Wilmcote. The original station here opened in 1860 and was on a mixed gauge line. Broad gauge stock was used until 1869 when the broad gauge rails were removed. It was slightly relocated in 1907 when doubling of the line occurred. This also gave it a new station building, although the 27 lever signal box was put next to the unused original building. The new station building was placed on the upper platform, made from brick with a pitched tiled roof, as seen in these photographs. An extensive canopy went the length of the building, and it had a booking office, ladies' waiting room and toilet, plus a booking hall. The gents' toilets were placed at the side of the building. The down platform had a smaller but still good sized building containing 2 rooms, a ladies' waiting room and a general waiting area. The goods facilities were kept in their original place, albeit relatively small. They mainly served the cement works, however this had closed by the early 1920s. Only general goods were accepted here, although some ledgers contained livestock handling in 1933, but this was certainly not the normal case. As with most stations, goods facilities were reduced and stopped entirely during the 1960s. The station is still fairly popular though, with Shakespeare's mother's house close by and the very good canal walk which can be had away from the station. Okay, you've just seen the view from the top of the road bridge there, very impressive. As you walk down, there's a new information board here, quite a thin pavement, got to be very, very careful there. And obviously the Wilmcote station board. And it leads you to this little board here, another one of these boards. Again, if you want to read it, just pause the video. A little board there as we descend this ramp, I should say, down to what is looking like a very, very picturesque station indeed, with some original features by the look of it. This could be very, very exciting. Actually, before even getting the station, I mean, look at this bridge. The original railway arm, 1883, written on there. So nice to see that being looked after. Yes, all right, that is not the original roof, but that's hardly surprising. But the rest of it, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing this hasn't fallen down, so full credit to everybody over the years that have helped preserve it. We'll have a closer look at it in just a moment whilst I make my way onto the platform. And just before you get onto the platform, there is a platform information board. Again, looking fairly new. And coming out from there onto the platform, you're going to find your automatic ticketing machine. That's quite an old one actually, compared with some of the ones on the network these days. But it works, that's all that matters. And you've got 3 information boards as well as those stairs. Look at that. Going up over the platform. This is platform 1. And what a surprise, everything being very well looked after by the volunteers of the station. Again, if you want to get involved, email friends@wmtrains.co.uk and they'll put you in touch with your local station. But look at this, I mean, it's the archetypal station, isn't it? Nice Wilmcote board there. The Shakespeare line, Friends of the Shakespeare line, little box. And this wildflower garden, looking very well cared for. And an old piece of station architecture being used as a bike rack. Something I've seen down at Westgate-on-Sea, an old piece of architecture. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can see what I mean. An old station building there was put into use by South Eastern Anyway, enough of that station. Look at this. Now that is a view. If it wasn't for the modern signage, you think we've gone back 50, 60 years. Even down to the fact that you've got the water butt there, but you've got the fact that this has been all sculpted round into a nice semicircle. Before you get this view down the line, round two curves, this station being double tracked, which is very nice. Okay, we're going to move back past the ticketing machine there in the entrance. Let's go this way. And one of those old style help points there. Wilmcote sign, and also a sign to Mary Arden's house and the Shakespeare Countryside Museum. A LED brand new display, I do like those ones, with an induction loop. And then you've got the building. Well, that's fantastic. The waiting room here, what would have been the ticketing hall. Very well looked after. There's a plaque here detailing Douglas King, who helped save the railway in 1969. It's a shame this isn't really open. Not sure if it is one side or not, and whether it's owned by the people. There is the station house is actually private property, and I'm wondering if over the side they do own this bit as well, because there does seem to be proper blinds in there. This is how you can get involved in the Shakespeare line, if you wish to. If you wish to pause and hold. There's some QR codes there if you need it. It's a relatively modern bench. The canopy looks original but has been strengthened slightly with electric conduit, and another notice board in the traditional style. Brickwork, I know I always go on about the brickwork, but it is in very good condition. Let's not beat around the bush, it's in very good condition. And another modern bench there. I've noticed this sign though, which is has got some age to it. There we go, it just goes to show. And these very well kept borders along the platform. Platform looks like it's been paved, repaired. Another one of these boxes, which has been done by the Friends of the Shakespeare line. We keep on going, you'll see how well this has been kept. Another station along this line, which is a credit to the community and the Community Rail Partnership. New station board for Wilmcote, or Wilmcote. I'm assuming it's Wilmcote. Another one of these flower beds. And that's really about it as we go down to the bottom end of the station, or platform I should say. You get those nice views down there, with a little bit of a curve under a bridge. Well, let's go back and let's see what we can see once we cross over the fantastic bridge. And I'm also going to take a few bits of video whilst I'm up there, just so I can preserve it online. Okay, at the top of the stairs, and I think, I'm going to say wow. But wow, what a fantastic thing. You normally only see this sort of thing, I think, on a preserved railway. So to see it on an actual commercial railway nowadays is nothing short of fantastic. I mean, look at that. Fantastically well preserved. And yes, okay, the station isn't accessible. But what better way to cross the platform than on one of the original bridges? And the view from this side is equally fantastic. And this is the view you get just before you go down to platform level. What a sight. And speaking of which, here we are. Down onto platform level. Down onto platform 2. Let's go to the right, I think, to start with. Another great view of this bridge. A very well kept station. I wouldn't expect anything less from this line. I'm so amazed. And because it's being well looked after, it's not damaged, it's not graffitied in any way. Just goes to show a little bit of love and care and attention. If it looks nice, people generally won't touch it. There we are, down to the base end of the line. Views over there to the bike rack. Up again to that fantastic bridge, showing those planters with the Wilmcote sign above them, ticketing machine, and that fantastic waiting area, which I can only assume was the ticketing hall originally. There we go. A little bit of wear and tear there, but nothing that couldn't be repaired. Let's carry on down a little bit further. The Wilmcote and Way Out sign. Got another help point on this side. And this waiting shelter, which unfortunately is no longer open. But at least it still is situ. It hasn't been demolished. And relatively speaking, in pretty good order. Pretty good view there of the ex-ticket hall. There's some new benches here. And there is one of those new LED information displays. And also induction loop. And unsurprisingly, we carry on the theme of the planting all the way down. Over there is the ex-station house, which I say is privately owned. Wilmcote board, more planters as we go down towards the end of the platform. And from what I saw over the other side, there's not really that much over here. That's surprising. I did, however, notice another one of those plaques, so I'll just quickly show you that. Here we go, another one of these danger overhead line crane signs that still exists here at Wilmcote. The station entrance is just there on top of the hill. As I said, there is something a little bit more interesting to see as well apart from the station, and that is if you cross the road, you can come down here and immediately you're on a nice little towpath. Swan there, swanning about. But yeah, how about this? How about this? Pause that to read that if you wish. This is maintained by the Canal and River Trust. There's that way. There's also that way. So if you're fed up with seeing the trains, or you just want to sit down and have a nice stroll or whatever along a towpath, you can do so. I mean, how amazing is this? You know, just away from the station. You've got this lovely towpath. So picturesque on this lovely warm spring day. There's nothing better than seeing a little bit of a canal. All the vegetation around you just soaking up the sun. Well, just look at this as you come around the corner. How fantastic is that? You can hear some sheep in the background. Look at the reflection in that water. That's brilliant. Just goes to show that even with railway stations close by, you can come round a few steps away and find a nice quiet place to walk around. Well, I'm not going to walk all of it today, but I would like to explore walking this towpath and finding out exactly where it goes. Well, I'm going to put a link in the description below if I find out any more details about where and to you can get to from this towpath, and obviously if I can on the bottom of the screen after I've done a little bit of research. I'll also put that on there. I knew this would be here, but I didn't realise it was going to be this stunning. I mean, that is just stunning. And as you can hear, the wildlife like it too beyond here. I'm just going to carry on for a few more metres and then I'm going to head back and wrap this video up.
At time of filming, West Midlands Railway operate the Class 172 on this route and Chiltern Railways the Class 165, both of which are diesel multiple units. The statistics for Wilmcote are that it opened in 1860 and then again in 1907. It currently at time of filming has 1 to 2 trains per hour in each direction, with services starting later on a Sunday, and the entry and exit figures for 2022-2023 were 16,576.
Well, what can you say about this station apart from the fact it takes you back to a bygone era? The station and the building here are absolutely brilliantly maintained, and it wouldn't look out of place on a preserved railway, let alone a mainline one. The Community Rail Trust that help operate this station are certainly doing a fine job in its upkeep, and I hope that does continue. In fact, I'm sure it will continue. Sightlines for the enthusiast are absolutely brilliant. I mean, who wouldn't want to film a mainline train going through this station? And if you get any specials, it's going to look absolutely fantastic. If you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this series, then please like, comment and subscribe. And if you can, get out there, get on the railway and see where it takes you. Thanks very much for watching.